All right.
Chris repping White Boy Nation, and Ben repping Tournament Cafe. You know, best of 5. We're gonna see some Barry. Ben just winked at me. We saw some very patient play from both players actually throughout the tournament. So I like to see how both of them really just adjust to each other throughout the set.
And with that, I actually need to take my leave from commentary, so I will be signing off.
Chris.
Was great.
Shives has
joining you, Felix.
responsibilities. All right,
I do
man.
have responsibilities.
All right, man.
But once again, I'm Shives. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned for great losers finals. Chris, Ben, coming right at you.
It's a pleasure. All right, man. You have some fun. All right, guys. Game 1. We're gonna have I feel like we're gonna have a long one. I don't think we're gonna have a 3-0 situation. We're not gonna see some very just. Sorry, I'm doing like 20 things at once. All right. So, anyways, we're gonna see some very slow, methodical play from both of these players. A lot of ideas being exchanged with each other. So we're gonna see some shift changes all throughout the set. So unless Chris kind of turns it up with the aggression, I can see Bent really playing the game how he wants to play it. So okay, so I feel like this game 1 is, especially the first stock, they're both filling each other out. A lot of these like spin dashes and all that are being taken account of. Like, what's the timing? What's the spacing? What's everything regarding that? So Chris trying to throw out an area to catch these, but it's gonna take a little bit more than that just to be able to like go through Bent's defensive walls. But speaking of the walls are being broken with that up smash. Okay. All right. Chris just doing a great job, just keeping the momentum up and just calling out these very high recoveries with these up smashes. And 111 on the Frog is very scary just because Sonic is somewhat light himself, so he's not going to be able to live as long as he wants to against this Frog, but Bear's going to take that stock out right there. So, not a very sticky situation for Ben, but he does need to keep it going in terms of the. Oh, okay, well, all right, well, up tilt very rare. Definitely a great up tilt to call off some jumps here and there, but Chris has just been doing such a great job just calling out all these things with the down tilts and just very reserved, confirmed kills from him.
I mean, don't talk too soon, right? Ben, like, he's really, really good at just like taking in, like, getting down to the last stock and like, catching his opponent. Oh,
speaking of last stock, that last stock is gone.
What I was going to say is like just never underestimate Ben, right? Because like every time I've been here, I've been looking at his games. He's been down a stock. I look back and he is just like, he takes. Like he's just absolutely got, like he's through and through with it.
Right. All right. Well, if there was a game to get your misinputs out, that was the game to do that. So, Bent needs to what the kids say, lock in, and just really like be aware of like these options that Chris does have on his hands in terms of catching recoveries, and that up B of his, the hydro pump or whatever you want to call it, really does mess with just a regular recovery that characters have. So, and Sonic is one of those where you can really just kind of, oh goodness, that was scary. Really just get through with that. Okay. F tilt. And just keeping it, just taking your time, honestly. Oh.
He's trying his best to play at this disadvantage right now. Like he's taking it slow. I can tell that he's just like he's thinking about it. Like he's got the match played out in his head.
I think with these guys, these players really like thriving is just basically reacting versus kind of like going for reads. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to wait and react. It just a lot of times, a lot of players will give you that opening just because you're playing it very patient and you're covering so many options at once. So, god damn, these trampolines looking like Jump World out here. All right, there you go. Clean little conversions. Not going to be able to get too much, but 29%. We are not going to knock it, but damn. That stock is definitely knocking out.
That is so weird. Like with DI, that shouldn't have killed. It looks weird.
But yeah, I mean, F smash by the ledge by Greninja is it's gonna kill you early as 55-60%. So, and then Greninja being light as he is, he's definitely gonna potentially die at that given situation. But still big lead, 70% on his Frog, and Bent really just kind of playing the whiff and punish right now. He's not really just kind of push the agenda. He's just trying to like kick back and just trying to see what Chris is gonna rack up right here. That lingering counter is not gonna get him that opening that he was looking for. Okay. All right, and just like that, we're resetting the game plan. Okay. All right, with trampoline, there you go. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Ben is trying to let Chris know that that missed input will not happen again. All right, that game, Chris was lucky.
All right, little nair.
As Ben says, he is the best.
Bent is delusional. But anyways, he knows I'm fucking around with him. Yeah, dude, it's it's looking like Bent's game right now. He's looking confident. And especially in this game plan, I'm loving these nairs into conversions and the forward airs. The forward airs are hitting. The forward airs are hitting, and I can admire that. It all started from a nair, and he just kept pushing it. He just kept pushing it. That's exactly what you want to do. This is all a game of what a king of the hill. You want to keep pushing your opponent away to the point where he hits the blast zone, and he did that in a way where even the casuals understand.
I feel like this game, like this set, is going to be like a gold game of tug of war. You might be able to see Game 5.
Yeah, I just 1-1. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the boys filling each other out. I think at this point they understand, what they're going up against, and now they're really just, taking in all that information, all that homework is coming into play, and really just. All right, so now I understand my opponent, and I can really see out what I can punish and what I can't punish and what I need to look out for. Bent kind of playing a very aggressive game plan this first stock, but I feel like that just kind of forces, well, not that. I mean, Small Battlefield forces that, especially with a character like Greninja, really quick on the ground and really quick in the air. He's not going to be able to catch that second forward air, and that's a very... So the thing was, even if he recovered accordingly, he would probably have been hit by that down smash. So he was, hoping and praying maybe that lower recovery is going to help out. But, regardless, Chris did a great job taking out a lot of these. Let's see, what's he going to get? Okay, tech that. That's great. Basically run out a lot of resources. So, that's what you want to do against Sonic. And just like that, Bent ran out of resources. But, I mean, it could be worse. Chris could be at an earlier percentage. You got to take the stock now if you want to make something happen. Once you take the stock, you got a 2-to-1 ratio in terms of stocks. So, just like that, forward tilt, doing a great job.
This game can turn itself around.
Yeah, I want to see Bent slow it down. I feel like Bent has been playing Chris's game ever since the beginning, and has led to this unfortunate stock ratio right now. Okay.
Greninja is a very fast-paced character. When Sonic can be fast-paced, right? But in some games, it might be better for him to just slow it down.
Yeah.
And if you're playing fast-paced, you're playing Greninja's game, where you know that you can just punish that entirely by just playing a bit more patient.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be it. Yeah, and Chris has been doing such a swell job. It's really connecting these down tilts and really just following up with these smashes at the appropriate percentage range, because there's a lot of Greninjas that will throw it out. A lot of times, they extended it, they overextended in terms of percentage, when they could have really just played reserve in that percentage range and really just throw out that down tilt when it makes sense and when it takes the stock. Otherwise, after that percentage range, you're looking for a straight hit, and that gets really tricky. We'll talk after. Anyways.
All right, 1-2 on Town and City. Not something I'd expect from Ben, especially. I don't know much about Chris.
Yeah, I think this is more of a retaliation of the game that we had previous. I felt like he couldn't breathe. He needs a bigger stage.
I mean, I play Raw personally, right? My counter picks are always Hollow Bastion, Town and City, just when I need those extra platforms, or when I need some of that space, or when I need some boxing.
Yeah.
but definitely not something I would expect from
Ben.
From Ben, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that down tilt was very scary. A really scary situation because you could literally DI'd away and just kind of just dive because a lot of times this Greninja just let the forward smash rip. And we saw that actually earlier on the set. So, you know, this is a lot better. This is a lot better from the last game that we saw with Ben. Okay, DIing away. DIing away, you definitely want to do that because these down tilts are given for free. Oh, they are throwing hands off stage. But we got to see the last hits. We got to see these hits connect, and we got to see these stocks flying, especially at this percentage. And I feel like whoever gets the stock next is going to take the set. I mean, not the set, but the game itself.
Ben at this percent has like so much advantage, right? Because Greninja.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Greninja doesn't have that many moves that can like directly punish below them.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. Oh. So if Ben gets him in the air, he could possibly take a stock here. And you know, if the stock is the set, then
yeah, I mean, it's just very scary situation to be honest. On the ground and on the air against Greninja because Greninja does have these aerials that can really just get stuff going like bears and like nairs, or even result to like kills like fairs. And then you have the ground position where you can. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's gonna get the sour spot of that up air. That up air does not work in this game. But that down smash is gonna work in a major way. But you know, 28%, not too bad on the man. But we want to see something. We want to see this momentum break from Chris. So he needs to put out the fire soon because Chris is playing with so much confidence at the moment. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. And that's conditioning in itself because a lot of times Chris will throw out the down tilts and make sure to get a confirm out of it, but I feel like the range was out. So he just waited for air dodge or just like a defensive option in general. He just let the F smash rip. And this is scary, man. Scary for Bent. Chris has been playing with a lot of confidence in the last couple games that I've seen him. So he is hurting right now. He's bleeding. Okay. All right.
No idea where Ben is going to take this if he actually does win, because he could win. He could turn this all around. But there's not many options. We just got to look for the connections.
Oh man, and that was such a ballsy like off the stage pressure applied. But he needs to make something happen now because 111 on Sonic is so scary against Greninja. I believe
has that forward smash. I mean, that forward smash, and like even from like around the left side of the middle platform, that could take him very close to the blast zone.
And that's so unfortunate because we know that Ben was just throwing out that nair to really shift and just go quicker onto neutral. But you know, Chris caught that and just let that forwarder rip, and that. These aerials are going to be very, very, very valuable in this matchup against Sonic just because Sonic just simply loves to jump around.